Hey guys, welcome back to the financial chapter. And today in this session, we are going to learn banking ombudsman. So, today we will learn about the banking ombudsman and we will learn that in which situation banking ombudsman come into the picture. So, you, me, and everyone go to the bank for the deposit, for the loans, or any other services like internet banking, mobile banking, check issues, check withdrawal, anything, any services related to the banking we do in daily life. We do that in daily purpose. So to understand the banking ombudsman, today we will learn about the banking ombudsman. What is the banking ombudsman and who is the banking ombudsman? So basically you can say that banking ombudsman is a senior authority who solve all the issues and grievances with any of the financial institution. Okay, this is the senior authority who is there to solve any grievances, any issues with the financial institution. So you can see here in this picture that Mr. Sarma complained to the bank for the extra charges on the debit card or the credit card, whatever the extra charges applicable by the bank. Mr. Sharma complained about that to the bank, but the bank given excuses and no response until 30 days. So Mr. Sharma after 30 days went to the banking ombudsman for the complaint. So this is a very familiar view which you can understand that this is the process when banking ombudsman come into the picture. When a bank is not giving response, is giving excuses for your complaints regarding any issues to the banking services, then a client, then a customer after 30 days can go to the banking ombudsman for their complaint and to resolve that issues. Okay, so we will understand this in brief. Let's start the session. First, we will see that what is banking ombudsman. Banking ombudsman, a quasi-judicial authority. This is a quasi-judicial authority which is formed with an intent to resolve the complaint of the customer's bank. Okay, this is the thing that banking ombudsman, the quasi-judicial authority, which is there to solve the complaints of the customer of a bank. Like last year, RBI launched an ad to make people aware about the banking ombudsman, in which cricketer was there and they were talking about the third empire to make people understand about the banking ombudsman, that after 30 days of your complaint, when bank is unable to resolve that, you can go directly to the banking ombudsman. So here we will understand that how this come into the picture, what are the different schemes, what are the different issues which can be solved here. Okay, so first fact is about the banking ombudsman, that it is a scheme which allows bank customer resolve complaints relating to the services rendered by the bank. So this is the line which I already cleared, that when the bank is unable to resolve the complaints of a customers, they can directly go to the banking ombudsman. And in the case when bank is unable to resolve the complaints of a customer can directly go to the banking ombudsman after the 30 days period of their complaint. Okay, so this is the banking ombudsman scheme. And the second fact, that it was introduced under Section 35A of the Banking Regulation Act 1949 by RBI with effect from 1995. Banking Ombudsman introduced under the Section 35A of the Banking Regulation Act 1949 by RBI, and it came into effect from 1995. So this is the second point of the banking ombudsman scheme, and the banking ombudsman is a senior official authority appointed by RBI which can redress customer complaints against the deficiency in certain banking services. When banks are not able to provide you the proper services regarding the complaints, banking ombudsman is there. They are appointed by the RBI to address you with the complaints to the customers with the complaint. They they will help them to solve all the queries, all the issues regarding the banking services. Okay, and not only the commercial bank, not only the commercial bank customers, RRB's customers, scheduled primary cooperative banks customers, these all are covered under the scheme. Any customers of these banks can go to the banking ombudsman for the solution. Okay, and the question is, what do we do in such situation when banks customers have the complaints? Do we simply keep quiet or allow the bank officials to do the continue with that complaint? Suppose that a bank charging you for extra services, for debit card, for credit card, and these are not promisable services, not promisable charges which is applicable to you. Then in that situation, what you are going to do? In a case of an unhappy customer with the services provided by the bank, the customer has every right to complain to the grievance cell of the bank. In such case, bank does not take action, then the customer can raise the issue with the internal ombudsman of the relevant bank, which is appointed by the RBI. And RBI has also taken steps to strengthen the internal ombudsman and make them more independent. Okay, so however, many customers feel that even though the banks has a grievance system and an internal ombudsman, many of their complaints remain unresolved and they will be forced to approach the external banking ombudsman. So this is the system of the banking ombudsman. And the next thing is that in the case of unhappy with the services provided by bank, can customer can directly go to lodging a complaint with the banking ombudsman instead of raising a complaint with the grievance cell? So the answer will be no, that a customer cannot file a complaint with the banking ombudsman only after 30 days of your complaint. When bank is unable to issue, when bank is unable to solve that issue, then only in that case you can raise the complaint with the concerned bank related banking ombudsman. And from 1st July 2017, the banking ombudsman scheme includes sale of insurance, mutual fund, and other third party investment products by the bank. So these services issues will also included, which can be solved by the banking ombudsman under the banking ombudsman scheme. Mobile and online banking services are also included now in the banking ombudsman scheme. So now a bank customer also file a complaint to the banking ombudsman on the following issues, such as mutual fund and insurance policy, and in that case wrongly sold by the party products such as mutual fund scheme and the insurance policy. So in the case of wrong sold mutual fund and insurance policy by the third party, customer can go to the banking ombudsman. What are the other complaints which can lodge with the banking ombudsman? Like non-payment or unreasonable delay in the payment, collection, issue of check, drafts, bill, etc., and non-acceptance without sufficient cause of small denomination notes, coins, and for any purpose. Suppose that you go to the bank and they don't accept that 5 rupees coin and the small denomination coin. So in that case also you can file a complaint with the banking ombudsman after 30 days if bank is not helping you in that particular complaint. And the other complaints can be non-payment or delay in the payment of inward remittance, non-adherence of the prescribed working hours, they are not working in the prescribed working hour, delay and failure to provide any banking facility other than loan and advances which has been promised in writing by the bank. So which services is promised by the bank, they have to fulfill that, other than the loans and advances that don't come into the banking services, that is come under the loans and advances. Other services can be like delay, non-credit of proceeds of the respective party's account, non-payment of deposit, and the complaints from NRI having accounts in India in relation to the remittance from abroad, deposit, and other bank-related matters, refusal to open deposit account without any valid reason, levying charges without adequate prior notice to the customer, non-adherence to the RBI instruction on ATM, debit card, prepaid card, credit card, and non-adherence to the RBI instruction with regard to the mobile banking, electronic banking, m-banking, internet banking, and non-disbursement of delay in the disbursement of pension, refusal to accept or delay in accepting payment toward taxes, which is asked by the RBI. So they cannot say no to the services like which is mentioned over there, which banks have to fulfill. Suppose a bank is forcing you to close the deposit account without any notice, or suppose a bank is refusing to close the closing account, the deposit account. Suppose that you are going to close your saving account and banking saying that they will not close that account. So in that case, you can go to the banking ombudsman to lodge a complaint. And regarding loans and advances, non-observance of RBI directives on interest rate, delay in sanction, non-accepting application of loan without furnishing valid reason, non-observance of any other direction or instruction given by the RBI. So in such cases, our customers can file the complaint, can lodge the complaints with the banking ombudsman under the banking ombudsman scheme. Okay, so these are the things. So, is there any case that banking ombudsman can reject the complaint? So, yes, there are some situations when banking ombudsman can reject the complaints. Like suppose that a customer is directly going to the banking ombudsman and not file a complaint to the bank, or customer is going to the banking ombudsman after the 1 year of the complaint period. So in these cases, the complaints can be rejected by the banking ombudsman. And if the complaint has the same subject matter that was settled in the past through the office of banking ombudsman in any proceeding, so that complaint can also be rejected by the banking ombudsman scheme. What will be the procedure of filing complaint with the banking ombudsman? The banking ombudsman complaints can be filed by the customer only through the online portal, and there they will ask the online form. There will be some fields which you have to fill, that there is a complaint written to the bank or not, how many days are done, and the bank numbers, account numbers, and different required fields will be asked by the banking ombudsman portal, which you have to fill to file a complaint. Okay, so this is the things which you have to remember, which you have to fulfill while filing a complaint with the banking ombudsman. Okay, let's move forward to some important points related to the scheme, like no fees is required for filing and resolving customer complaints by the banking ombudsman, and there is also a limit in compensation amount which is increased by the RBI from 10 lakh to 20 lakh. Like suppose a person is registering for the complaint, by the way of compensation for any loss suffered by the complaint, it is lower, like loss suffered due to any act or any omission of the bank. In case of mental harassment, the banking ombudsman may award compensation not exceeding 1 lakh to the complainant who was making complaint. While passing an award giving compensation, the banking ombudsman will consider some facts like time lost by the complainant, expenses incurred by the complainant, harassment and mental agony suffered by the complainant. So what a banking ombudsman do after a receipt of complaint, banking ombudsman will try to settle the complaint through agreement between the aggrieved party. If a complaint is not settled by an agreement within a period of 1 month, then the ombudsman proceed to pass an compensation or award. However, being do so, reasonable opportunity of being heard is given to the complainant who is making the complaint and to the bank. And after that, banking ombudsman will take the decision. If one is unhappy with the decision of banking ombudsman, an option is given to file an appeal with the appellate authority within a period of 30 days This is the thing that if it is not settled by the agreement within a 1 month, the banking ombudsman will proceed further to pass an award. And if the customer is not satisfied with the decision passing by the banking ombudsman, they can approach the appellate authority against the banking ombudsman decision. And the appellate authority is vested with a deputy governor of the RBI. If a complaint is not resolved by the banking ombudsman, the customer will raise that complaint to the appellate authority, where the deputy government of RBI will help them to resolve that complaint, and the one is aggrieved by the decision, one may within 30 days to the date of receipt of reward appeal against the award before the appellate authority. So these are some important points related to the scheme. There is also some schemes for the NBFCs, non-banking financial institutions. So the RBI on 23rd Feb 2018 launched the Ombudsman scheme for NBFC, for non-banking financial companies, to deal with the complaints against them. So the scheme was introduced under Section 45L of the Reserve Bank of India Act 1934. So you have to keep in mind that the scheme for NBFCs is under the Section 45L of the RBI Act 1934, and there are currently 4 NBFC Ombudsman offices in Chennai, Kolkata, Mumbai and Delhi, where customer complaints from across the country are coming and they are monitored, they are resolving their. So this is all about the NBFC, this is all about the ombudsman, which we have to know that in such cases when a bank is unable to solve any query, any issue, any extra charges, anything, whichever complaint the customer has, after 30 days, a customer can file the complaint to the ombudsman scheme. Okay, so this is the thing about the banking ombudsman and the banking ombudsman scheme.